What is going on, everybody? My name is Jacob, and I have been a diehard Pistons fan since 2003, and I am eager to see this team getting back to playing some winning basketball. Now, in today's episode, we are going to talk quickly about the major shift in Vegas odds for the fifth pick in tomorrow's NBA draft. Quick disclaimer, this is definitely not a gambling show. We are not at all sponsored by any sort of gambling site or anything along those lines. And to be honest, I wouldn't recommend betting on the NBA draft, especially this year. But what I do want to say is Vegas is generally the most tapped in out of anybody. Their financials depend entirely on them being correct and them having the best and most up-to-date information. And over the past week, and especially over the last 24 hours, Vegas has started to feel very strongly about the possibility of the Pistons selecting Matas Buzelis with the fifth pick. Right now, Vegas seems to think that there is a 50-50 chance that Matas will be the fifth pick and coming to Detroit tomorrow. Cody Williams is a ways ahead of everybody else besides Matas with a 4-in-1 chance of coming. So realistically, if you think about it, what Vegas is saying is there's a 50% chance that we draft Matas, about a 25% chance that we draft Cody Williams, and a 25% chance that we draft anybody besides those two players. Vegas is obviously not right 100% of the time, but they do have access to a lot of information that your average person does not. Right now, I'm pretty excited to see Matas come in here with the highest odds. It has gone up exponentially over the last couple days. If you looked at this a few days ago, his odds were much more long. So I'm happy to see this. I know that there was a rumor that Trajan was not the highest on either the Ignite prospects with Matas or Ron Holland, but that very well could be a smokescreen. That could be just anything. So I'm very, very excited. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you probably know that I am a big believer in Matas. I personally buy the jump shot. Of course, he did shoot a pretty bad percentage last year with the G League Ignite, but I'm able to write that off for a few different reasons. Number one, small sample size, 120 attempts. It's pretty impossible to get a great read on a player as a shooter with only 120 attempts. Number two, it wasn't in a great environment. He was playing with an Ignite team that will cease to exist after next year, or after this year. So obviously not a great situation for him to be in where he was getting great opportunities to shoot wide open shots. And number three, he shot the ball very, very well in high school. He was a 45% three-point shooter his senior year of high school. And if you just look at the mechanics, it's perfect. He's got a silky smooth jump shot. I have a hard time believing that his shot will not be able to work in the league. So how does that fit in with the roster? Honestly, as good as anybody in this draft. The Pistons obviously lack wings last year, and they definitely lacked wings that shoot. And I know a lot of people are just so quick to write off his shot because of the bad three-point percentage in the G League. But myself, I'm not. I think that with the open looks he'll be getting based off of, Ivy penetrating and kicking out, off Cade obviously being able to create and kick out, I think that he'll be able to come in and make an impact right away. He does have the highest upside in this draft, in my opinion. I think that in a couple of years, he has a good chance of being the best player. He's still definitely raw, so I'm not sure if I feel very strongly about him coming in and, winning Rookie of the Year or even making a first all-rookie team or anything like that. But nevertheless, the Pistons are in a position where we do need high upside players, and he is definitely one of them in this draft. So outside of him, they seem to think that Cody Williams is by far the runner-up for being most likely to be drafted fifth. Cody Williams did work out for the Pistons. At the start of the year and even halfway through the year, he was one of the players who was mocked continuously in the number 1, 2, 3 spot, but he did start to slide down a lot of draft boards as he did have some injuries towards the end of his freshman year, and those injuries prevented him from playing, well, very good. He got moved out of the starting lineup at Colorado, and honestly, towards the end of the year, the couple games I watched in March Madness and in his tournament and all that, they definitely weren't impressive. So I'm definitely not as excited with Cody Williams, but I would not be upset if Cody Williams is the pick either. Vegas seems to think it's going to be one of these two guys. Vegas is right more than anybody. It's their job to be right. Their money depends on them being right. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this draft is so up in the air that these Vegas odds really don't mean much? Do you guys think that it just makes complete sense that Matas and Cody would be on the board here? Just let me know what you guys are feeling. Personally, myself, I'm happy to see this. I would be happy with Matas or Cody. I would be happier with Matas, but I think either way, I'd be happy to bring either of these two guys onto the team. Talk to you guys soon.